or sufficient amounts of resources in order for them to see to it that all medical staff are highly motivated by way of pay and also by the conditions of by the conditions of the environment of work at the hospitals, in order for this very important service to be offered by people or by staff that is highly motivated and ready to deliver. Mr. Speaker, I have had, I'm proud to hear Senator Mongatana, giving accolades to my county, and it is true that in my county, all health facilities and all health activities and operations are digitized. We must encourage all counties to digitize their operations in order for them to prevent even, loss of drugs, and to also control personnel, because when we can be able to know remotely who has reported to work or who is doing what they're supposed to do and who is not doing what they're supposed to do, then it makes management of these health institutions easy. And so it's important for counties, Mr. Speaker, to digitize their operations. In any case, this is the age of digital literacy and digital operations. Mr. Speaker, these health workers, this, if you ask me, is the most important activity or the most important service that counties offer, health. Because we can live without an education, Mr. Speaker, and I say that with due respect to my professional colleagues, the teachers. We can live without an education, but we cannot live without good health. And so I think even as we allocate monies to education, we need, as counties, our counties need to allocate even more on health. And this is a major devolved function that counties have. Because for education, of course, counties deal with only ECD centers, Mr. Speaker, and vocational training centers. So we should have enough in our budget to cater for good employment terms for our medical staff, and to also cater for the medical equipment and medical drugs and reagents, Mr. Speaker. When you go to West Pokot, there was operationalization of specialized medical equipment, and this is a challenge that we have, especially with far-off counties, that they have equipment, but they do not have trained technicians to run these or to operate these machines. And I think before a county invests in specialized medical equipment, they should have in mind and they should have taken care of the fact that there needs to be specialized staff to deal or to operate this medical equipment. And this is something also that affects many other counties, especially those in far-off places, Mr. Speaker. And I think the health committee did a very good report and noted these problems, Mr. Speaker. One other challenge that we could find when we used to make this county visit, and I can see the Senator of Kisii is here, and we visited his county when I was a member of this particular committee, is preservation of bodies. That some counties do not or have not invested in preservation of bodies, Mr. Speaker. And we have to take care of the dead as human beings, because these are loved ones of some people. And so counties must also invest in this particular area, Mr. Speaker. It's an area that people don't like talking about, but it's an area that it's a facility that every facility needs to have in order for them, because, it's appointed for every man to die. And when they die, good care should be taken of them. And so this is something that counties also need to think about, Mr. Speaker. And I think the many other things that the committee recommended are good things and things that will help service delivery, especially health service delivery in our counties. And Mr. Speaker, I do not want to take too much time. I just want to say that I support this report, and I challenge also other committees, other committee chairs, to also do their reports and bring them here for us to be able to debate and also give our ideas on what we think of the report, so that, Mr. Speaker, we can all add our minds and our ideas into the things, or into the ideas that our different committees in this House have. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I support this particular report by the Committee on Health. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Onyonka Richard.
Mr. Speaker, I am quite happy to have this opportunity today to contribute and discuss a very, very weighty matter nationally in our republic. I believe that the health sector is on transition. Why? Obviously, Mr. Speaker, because now we have a new health system which seems to be working, and in some cases it's not working. Of course, we are aware the challenges that exist when there are always transformations, or when there is movement from one system to the other. Mr. Speaker, I want to persuade the Health Committee, where now I belong, that the responsibility of making sure that we can upgrade our health facilities in the Republic of Kenya stands completely in the hands, or sits in the hands of this committee, and particularly this House. So the outstanding issues which exist, Mr. Speaker, number one, as we moved out, and I remember as my Senate colleague has said, we actually went to my county, Kisii, and I remember when we got there, one of the issues that happened is that all the senior managers of the facility actually disappeared on us. And we had to run around trying to find out, and any places that we were trying to kind of poke our noses into, we found resistance. Why? Because there were certain things that were not running correctly. And the truth is, you have a problem with personnel. Our personnel is mistreated. You find sometimes the workers in all the health facilities in our republic are cross-transferred without even considering how many years somebody has been trained, how far he has been educated, and what skills he has picked or she has picked, so that then they can participate in the development of our counties by providing excellent health care. But that is not the case, because, Mr. Speaker, we as politicians then are actually the culprits. We go into these facilities and destabilize them because we either want to employ friends and relatives. Sometimes we want to employ people who we can misuse to get into the murky waters of the corruption that goes on through these facilities. Mr. Speaker, you know that health facilities collect revenue, but most of our county governments don't have a financial structure and a financial platform which manages the collection of this revenue. So even when you have what is called the Facility Maintenance Fund, which is supposed to come from level 3, level 4 facilities into the county health department, what basically you find, Mr. Speaker, is that this money actually is taken and it is used for doing other things instead of improving and developing most of these facilities, which are either dilapidated, they are all of them dirty, many of them have never been maintained, and it looks like everybody who works in all these facilities is frustrated, upset, and unhappy. So, Mr. Speaker, the challenges we face in our health facilities are many, and I believe this House should be engaged and seized over this matter. If you look, all our county governments, most of them are complaining and saying how KEMSA doesn't supply the medicines. And yet, in reality, when you try and find out deeply what is happening with the KEMSA story, then you find again the same challenges do exist. The system of purchasing medicines. If you look at the facilities that we visited in the last 1 month, 2 months, as I joined the health committee, 50% of the medicines in these facilities, Mr. Speaker, have expired. And the reason is very simple. We don't have an in-out system that manages the supply and distribution of these medicines. As a result, what do you find, Mr. Speaker? That even the people who are supposed to be changing these medicines once they have gotten into the health facilities, in fact, they even take them and sell them to other health facilities because nobody follows that these medicines are expired or not. Of course, are there cases where the health facilities have done well and you can talk about it? Yes, I am very happy that in the previous regime of Governor James Ongwae, the facilities that were done, you had the Doctor's Plaza, which was done and is beautiful if you look at it. You had, during James Ongwae's time, doing the Mother Child Care Center, which is very nicely done, only that it had not been equipped, but I was informed that the national government has actually put resources for the equipping of these facilities. If, Mr. Speaker, you went and visited Kiambu and Kirinyaga recently, you will see that Kiambu has put quite a bit of money into the hospital facilities that exist in the hospital. The other issue that you find, Mr. Speaker, and my colleagues have talked about it over and over and again, why are we unable to digitize the financial system in the hospital, the procurement system in the hospitals, the revenue collection system within the hospital, the IPPD? Why are we finding that in some of the facilities you find that the employees who are there, the records are not actually kept up to date as we speak? So these are challenges, Mr. Speaker, that I think as members of this committee, we must engage ourselves. We must make sure that the visits which we make, if you look at these reports, the facilities we visited were 4. And yet, Mr. Speaker, if you look at the number of health facilities that exist within our counties, there are thousands. So my conviction and belief is that the House should look for a way on how we can actually avail resources, make sure that the Health Committee is constantly moving in our republic. The other day, Mr. Speaker, you saw when there was a story about how a patient was killed by an individual. And indeed, to be honest with you, Mr. Speaker, the Committee of Health was intending to go there so that we can begin a spot check and realize what was going on. Immediately, the information leaked that we were going there. I saw the Ministry of Health team rushing there, and that is the way it should be. In other words, our job is to oversight what the national government is doing. Our job is to make sure that the Kenyan public gets services. Our job is not to politic 24/7, talking about things which some don't matter. But you see our country where we've reached, Mr. Speaker, if we are not able to provide even a simple service like health services, like availing malaria tablets to poor people, like making sure that when students fall sick in our schools, they get medicines, they get treated. Some of the students are going to have complications, and we must be a people that are able to take care of our vulnerable. And Mr. Speaker, my honest observation is that every time we have visited these county facilities, and we went there the second time, there is always an improvement. We went to Isiolo, we saw what was there, we discussed the issues which were there. We went to Samburu, we saw the work which is being done. We were taken all over the facility. We were actually happy that the governor made it possible for us to go and look at every single item that is positive and that is wrong with his hospital. And yet, of course, when we walked in, like all the hospitals in Kenya, we are not able to deal with our septic material. We don't have well done, Mr. Speaker, I'm talking about the equipment that is able to burn some of the material that is toxic that is coming out of the hospitals. These are very simple things to do, Mr. Speaker. I can tell you that some of the things we were seeing, I mean, we went to some hospitals when we were in Wajir, and you find people sitting on the floor. And yet, they're plastic chairs, which can cost 1,000 shillings. And when we were inquiring how much money does the county government have in its account, the health account, they had 12 million shillings. So you ask somebody, why are you not able to buy 20 chairs? So that the poor people who are sick, some of them are having kizunguzungu, some of them are having diarrhea, and they are not able to carry themselves along. And Mr. Speaker, people are sitting on the floor. We also saw that in Kakamega at one time. But later, Kakamega moved very quickly and they changed what was happening. So we are saying, let us persuade ourselves as leadership. Let us make sure that we, as senators, can persuade our governors and push them and make sure we oversight these facilities so that at least, Mr. Speaker, we can have improvement on delivery services, because health is one of the human rights that Kenyans expect and deserve. With those very many remarks, Mr. Speaker, I support the report, and I hope and pray that the committees that are in this House and the deliberations, Mr. Speaker, that we are having like today, surely we can go and hold a deliberation in Homa Bay as we are going to Migori, Kisii, Kisumu, and Siaya. We can move to Turkana like we went to the other day. We come by road to West Pokot and Baringo. We can go to Kericho and go to Bomet on another day. And you can see that that will enable us to have the necessary capacity to see for ourselves the challenges that these facilities are having. And finally, I want to say, Mr. Speaker, that indeed there were some county government workers who were really, really good. Some of the chemists were doing an excellent job. Some of the people who are dealing with blood transfusion and managing the blood needs of these county governments were actually professionals, and we were on cases very happy that some of them have taken the oath, that the chiropractic oath they have taken of providing human services to people who are challenged. And I can tell you, Mr. Speaker, that we have a lot to do, but again, we have a lot to learn from some of the counties that are doing well. Coast General Hospital was quite satisfactory when we went there. And Mr. Speaker, I can tell you that the health facility in Mandera and Wajir, both are brand new facilities, and if you went and looked at them, you would think you are at Nairobi Hospital or Aga Khan. So it's a very positive development, and I hope and want and wish that my colleagues can continue pushing so that we give Kenyans the service they deserve. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to say a few things.
Thank you, Senator Professor Tom Agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with a sad heart this afternoon, this morning we lost property in Baspark in Kisumu County when a fire outbreak brought down about 60 units, business units at Baspark, and we are busy reconstructing and helping with the health needs and other needs of those residents. And so, Mr. Speaker, my contribution to the report on the Standing Committee on Health comes hot on the heels of something I had to deal with this morning, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I just want to say that this report comes at a point when we are facing the devolution conference that will be held in Homa Bay between the 12th to the 15th of August 2025. And I think next week we'll all be busy in Homa Bay trying to deal with the various aspects of devolution. And one such devolved service, Mr. Speaker, is the health sector. And the health sector, thanks to the chair of the Health Committee, Governor Jackson Mandago, has made strides in ensuring that every county, Mr. Speaker, lives up to the expectations of the standard of health required under the new system, Mr. Speaker, that has redefined the provision of health. And Mr. Speaker, because now we have a transformation, or move from the initial system that had a number of issues, the NHIF system, now we have SHA, and we know, Mr. Speaker, that from the data that we have a daily subscription or registration of up to 18,000, up to 23,000, and upwards. And SHA is now subscribed to a level never imagined before. That we are at a level, Mr. Speaker, where we should be able to service our hospitals better than we did in the previous dispensation. And that not only applies, Mr. Speaker, to limited facilities, but to theatre, to renal, to maternal units, to pediatric units, to laboratory, pharmacy, and even security. And that is what the testimony that we have from the visits that this committee carried to Kitale County, to Trans Nzoia County, to West Pokot County, and to Turkana counties, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this visit mirrors some of the facilities that we have in Kisumu County, and we are glad, Mr. Speaker, that at this point, Mr. Speaker, Jaramogi Teaching and Referral Hospital, JTRH, has now been elevated to a level 6 hospital. And its budget will move from the over Kenya shillings 1 billion that used to be in a budget to Kenya shillings 3 billion. An additional 2 billion because now it will be a level 6 hospital and it will be a parastatal with the capacity, Mr. Speaker, to absorb more staff, with the capacity, Mr. Speaker, to offer services that are not offered in level 5 and level 4 hospitals, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, that will therefore mean, Mr. Speaker, that Jaramogi Teaching and Referral Hospital will therefore be of service to the other hospitals in Maseno, Mr. Speaker, Kombewa, in Paponditi, in Nyakach, Mr. Speaker, to Ahero, Mr. Speaker, and that will ensure, Mr. Speaker, that we have a referral hospital in the Western region that will also serve other counties like Kakamega, Vihiga, Kisii, and Nyamira counties. So the elevation of Jaramogi Oginga Hospital, Mr. Speaker, to a referral could not have come at a better time because it will offer advanced medical facilities to the region, even to Kericho, Mr. Speaker, so that we will ensure, Mr. Speaker, that this facility should come in handy to help those who live in the western region of the country. Mr. Speaker, I must thank the Committee of Health for initiating the Mashinani Initiative on Health. The last time they did the circuit in Western, Mr. Speaker, they pointed to a number of human resource needs, the need of hospital or doctors in a Ahero Health Center, for instance, the need for doctors in Paponditi Health Center, Mr. Speaker, the need for personnel in Kombewa Health Center, Mr. Speaker, the need for personnel in Kisumu District Hospital and other facilities in my county, Mr. Speaker. This initiative should therefore continue to ensure that we prioritize and fill the gaps in these health needs in all counties, that we ensure that we have enough personnel to work in the theaters. In Trans Nzoia, we only have 7 nurses and 6 doctors handling over 200 cases per day. In Ahero, we had about just 6 nurses, which is way below the need of the public, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the renal unit, needs to be serviced because we now have more and more cases, Mr. Speaker, of those who require kidney attention, Mr. Speaker, those who require dialysis, and therefore the committee should ensure that there are enough machines in these units. And Mr. Speaker, this brings into perspective primary oversight and secondary oversight. Our county assemblies must wake up and ensure that they undertake their role of primary oversight, to ensure that health as a devolved sector is properly oversighted, to ensure that the health committee in the county assemblies visits these hospitals to ensure that they deliver to the public. Mr. Speaker, health equals human rights. Health is primary, health is important. It's so fundamental, Mr. Speaker, that our maternity wards, our pediatric wards, our laboratories must work to meet the needs of our people. And there can be no substitute, Mr. Speaker, to good health. Mr. Speaker, this report comes at a time when we are moving to this conference. And, Mr. Speaker, it is inconceivable, Mr. Speaker, that basic things such as seats, and Mr. Nyonka has addressed this, can be missing in hospitals in Turkana when there's a budget and when there's money. We must ensure that the CCs responsible for health rise up to the occasion and ensure that health facilities in these countries and these counties work, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with those few remarks, I support the report.
Senator Esther Okenyuri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also wish to comment on this report. First, I wish to congratulate the chair, Senator Jackson Mandago, and I wish to indicate that I equally contributed to this inspection visit because I was still a member of the Health Committee when this was happening. So I feel like this report should not be left out without my comment, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when you look at most of the observations by the members of the committee, they actually show you the state of the healthcare system in our county government, not just in Trans Nzoia, West Pokot, but so many other county governments are facing these challenges, Mr. Speaker. And when you look at the proposal, the recommendation to have the county assemblies be given more oversight mandate. This is because so many things are happening which do not actually need the Committee of Senate for Health to go down there and see. If the health committees in the county assemblies were strong enough, some of these issues would be dealt with. Because sometimes when the Senate Health Committee visit, there are very quick gains we actually get. Sometimes you go to a facility, maybe there are no curtains, there are no mosquito nets, and those impromptu visits make the executive act swiftly and put such into place. Mr. Speaker, the recommendation of having revenue collection points automated, this is one way of minimizing on losses so that counties are also increasing their own sources of revenue. This recommendation needs to be taken seriously, not by only the county government mentioned here, but all the 47 county governments, Mr. Speaker. I could go on and on, but this report captures most of the frustrations ordinary people would wish to see addressed so that they can actually enjoy the services and see the fruits of devolution, Mr. Speaker, so that we also have a health nation who can make informed decision on any time we call them upon to. So thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I wish to support this report. Thank you.
I believe, Senator Mandago, you are the chairperson and you will be expected to reply. I am seeing Senator Methu, who requested earlier on to speak to it. He's not in the House, and so there being no other member interested in contributing, I will call upon the chairperson to reply.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. First, let me thank my colleagues who have contributed to this report, Honorable Speaker of the Health Committee, on our inspection visit to West Pokot, Turkana County and Trans Nzoia County, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to say that counties should take these reports very seriously, Honorable Speaker, because the matters that we found, Honorable Speaker, there are those that can be sorted immediately by county governments. There are those in the short term can also be addressed, Honorable Speaker, and there are those issues they need to plan as they do their budget making process to ensure sufficient resources are appropriated, Honorable Speaker, so that those matters can be addressed. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, I wish to encourage counties. From our visit, we found that it is extremely necessary for them to have support visits of all facilities in terms of inspection through the county health management teams, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that will ensure that small matters like curtains, seats, beds that needs repair, Honorable Speaker, can be sorted out. And Honorable Speaker, this House has done its job by passing the Facilities Improvement Financing Act, Honorable Speaker, that then allows the individual facilities to have funds that are being managed and administered within the health facility, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, the small issues that look small but matter in terms of healthcare delivery can be addressed from the resources that have been raised through the F5 Act, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the other issue that we want to ask counties and county assemblies to make sure the county executives adhere to is to ensure that the funds that have been raised in the facilities through the FIF should only be utilized for purposes of health and in the facility, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we get dismayed as a House to find a county government that has expended 5 million from a facility for a conference or a benchmarking tour for agriculture, Honorable Speaker. Something totally not related to health, Honorable Speaker. We want to encourage counties to make sure that those funds are utilized for that purpose that has been set aside. And with that, Honorable Speaker, I wish to reply.
Honorable members, I will direct that putting of the question to this motion be deferred to the next sitting of the House. Now, Honorable Senators, for the convenience of the business of the House, I will rearrange the order paper, and I will direct that order number 15 be called out. Clerk, call order number 15.
Order number 15, motion, implementation of an automated and decentralized certificate of good conduct system in Kenya.
Senator Joe Nyutu, proceed to move this motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is a motion on implementation of an automated and decentralized certificate of good conduct system in Kenya. Aware that a certificate of good conduct is a major requirement for Kenyan citizens in accessing employment, business opportunities, and in some instances, financial engagements with financial institutions in Kenya, with the certificate having a validity period of 1 year. Concerned that many Kenyans are compelled to travel long distances to access this service, both for the initial application and for any subsequent application, making the process tedious, time-consuming, and costly. Further concerned that the current manual application system is prone to delays and inconsistencies, which may compromise the authenticity and integrity of a certificate of good conduct. Cognizant that the importance of introducing an automated good conduct certification system, including the utilization of biometric fingerprint verification through the deployment of biometric kits, will enhance accuracy, security, and expediency in verifying individuals' record. Now, therefore, the Senate resolves that the National Police Service Commission, in collaboration with the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, to 1, develop and implement an automated good conduct certification system designed to streamline the issuance, renewal, and verification of certificates of good conduct. 2, incorporate advanced technologies such as biometric fingerprint recognition, data encryption, and secure communication protocols to ensure the accuracy of individuals' records. 3, establish decentralized service points and deploys mobile registration units across counties to enhance accessibility, especially in remote areas. And 4, scale up public awareness initiatives in rural areas on the application and renewal process for the certificate of good conduct. Mr. Speaker, just like the motion states, a certificate of good conduct is a very important document, Mr. Speaker, because like stated in this motion, you may not be able to get into or any employment opportunity without a certificate of good conduct, Mr. Speaker. We know as people who underwent an electoral process during the last elections, Mr. Speaker, that it was also one of the requirements that we had to meet in order for us to be able to vie for public office. Mr. Speaker, sometimes you need it when you are applying for a bank facility or a credit facility. And this is a very important document, Mr. Speaker, especially for young people. Young people take a lot of time sometimes before they get the certificate of good conduct, and basically because it is manual, Mr. Speaker. And so automation of certificate of good conduct will save on time, because, of course, anything that is automated, of course, takes less time than anything that is manual, Mr. Speaker. And, Mr. Speaker, you also know that those seeking certificates of good conduct sometimes are forced to travel long distances in order for them to go and have their biometrics taken, and this physical form failed, Mr. Speaker. So automation of the processing of these most important documents will help our young people, will help every Kenyan who wants this particular certificate to do sometimes very urgent business, sometimes to make some very urgent application for a job, an urgent application for a facility, Mr. Speaker, because sometimes some Kenyans take even, sometimes Kenyans are forced to take some facility with the bank to attend to some health challenges, Mr. Speaker. I do not want to bring politics into this, but sometimes you need, you need to be liquid at the shortest time possible. And when you get to a bank, you need to have a certificate of good conduct, which if then it continues being manual and takes all this time, will sometimes even cost people their lives, Mr. Speaker. And so it is only important that as people who are progressive, as leaders who are progressive, as leaders who care about our people, especially our young people, our elderly people, our people who are seeking facilities, Mr. Speaker, that we automate the process of this, of obtaining this particular document, Mr. Speaker. And so the benefits that will come from an automated way of processing a certificate of good conduct is something that I cannot gainsay, Mr. Speaker. They are there for everybody to see. And, Mr. Speaker, I beg to move and ask that the good Professor Tomo Jienda, Senior Counsel, seconds this particular motion, Mr. Speaker. I thank you.
Senator Professor Tomo Jienda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I second the motion on the automation of certificates of good conduct, Mr. Speaker, because this would not only be the foundation of convenience, but would ensure, Mr. Speaker, that our young people spend less time and are able to access certificates of good conduct in no time, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is doable because the ID system or the issuance of IDs, and now that we have centralized the data system, Mr. Speaker, this motion is commendable, and I second it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Senators, I now propose the question that aware that a certificate of good conduct is a major requirement for Kenyan citizens in assessing employment, business opportunities, and in some instances, financial engagements with financial institutions in Kenya, with the certificate having a validity period of 1 year. Concerned that many Kenyans are compelled to travel long distances to access this service, both for the initial application and for any subsequent applications, making the process tedious, time-consuming, and costly. Further concern that the current manual application system is prone to delays and inconsistencies, which may compromise the authenticity and integrity of a certificate of good conduct. Cognizant that the importance of introducing an automated good conduct certificate system, including the utilization of biometric fingerprint verification through the deployment of biometric kits will enhance accuracy, security, and expediency in verifying individuals' record. Now, therefore, the Senate resolves that the National Police Service Commission, in collaboration with the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, 1, develop and implement an automated good conduct certification system designed to streamline the issuance, renewal, and verification of certificates of good conduct. 2, incorporate advanced technologies such as biometric fingerprint recognition, data encryption, and secure communication protocols to ensure the accuracy of individuals' records. 3, establish decentralized service points and deploys mobile registration units across counties to enhance accessibility, especially in remote areas. And lastly, 4, scale up public awareness initiatives in rural areas on the application and renewal process for the certificate of good conduct. Now, honorable senators, this motion is now available for members to contribute to it, having been moved and by Senator Joe Nyutu and seconded by Senator Mandago. I will call upon those who are willing to contribute to it, and I'll start with Senator Mandago Jackson Kiplagat.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this is a very critical motion because the document itself is a document that is required, Honorable Speaker, by not just the young people of this nation, but by citizens of this country who require verification in terms of their conduct and confirmation, Honorable Speaker, that indeed they are lawful citizens of this nation, for them to be able to access services ranging from employment to financial services, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this being a critical document, its availability, therefore, is imperative that it's made possible that all citizens, regardless of the regions or the places they operate from, this service should be available, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, if you consider the milestones this government has covered in terms of provision of digital technology, Honorable Speaker, the fiber network in the country, Honorable Speaker, is at a coverage that would comfortably say this service should be available at each and every ward in this country, Honorable Speaker, because of the fiber connectivity that the government has put in place. There is no reason absolutely as to why citizens should still have to travel, Honorable Speaker, from their comfort of business locations or where they reside to look for this service that can be availed digitally, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I therefore want to urge that resources be availed to make it possible for the National Police Service Commission to avail this process, this document, Honorable Speaker, to avail a process that citizens can apply wherever they are. They don't need to travel because of the availability of technology, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this is one country that has a mobile phone penetration of about 95%, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, most of the citizens with mobile phones can comfortably operate those phones, do the applications using their phones, Honorable Speaker, and also receive the documents, Honorable Speaker, through their phones, making it easy, fast, and effective to deliver this service, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I therefore wish to support this motion and ask the House and the National Police Service Commission to actually consider this, Honorable Speaker, because it is a critical matter, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the other matter along this certificate of good conduct, Honorable Speaker, is that we have prisons in this country, Honorable Speaker, which are correctional facilities, Honorable Speaker. And I think there is something critical there that needs to be addressed. When people are found to have broken the law and they are put to prison, Honorable Speaker, the purpose of the prisons is to actually offer correctional services, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, there are young people in this country who have been sentenced to prison. their fingerprints have been taken, Honorable Speaker, they are unable to access these services because once they apply for the same good conduct, Honorable Speaker, the response will be, you are in the data, you are in our crime database, Honorable Speaker. What happens with a young person who has served their sentence, their time, they have been reformed? And remember, Honorable Speaker, some of these people come out with very useful skills and they become experts in some sectors, Honorable Speaker. Today, as we speak, Kenya Prisons is among the top manufacturers of top quality furniture in this country, Honorable Speaker, courtesy of the correctional services they are offering. What happens to these people who have gone through the process of correction? They have come out of those prisons, Honorable Speaker.
Mandago, just hold your thoughts there, because it is 1 o'clock. You will have a balance of 16 minutes to continue your contribution to the motion when the House next resumes. Now, Honorable Senators, it is now 1 p.m., time to adjourn the Senate. The Senate therefore stands adjourned until later today, Wednesday, 6th of August, 2025, at 2:30 p.m.
What they wanted to do, and in their dying years they want to incite you to destroy the country and leave you with a broken country. Don't allow people who have had their time to waste your time, because you need your time so that you can also get the. Thank you very much. So nawashukuru sana, nawatakia kila laheri. Mimi naomba tumalizie hapo. Kuna vile PS alisema, and this PS is 29 years old. Huyu PS is 29 years old. So, and he sits at very high decision-making levels. He has access to the head of state. So, if it is getting the agenda of young people channeled into government, the PS for Youth Affairs is there, 29 years old. I don't think the president would have done anything better. So, vijana power, vijana power. So I want to suggest that we formally have the national anthem, and then after that, the person who was supposed to come and close can come here and close with us. And once again, the leaders who have not spoken, I apologize. We just had to do it this way, but you will always be around to have your meetings. I just thought I should